Hi, it's Zabo975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. And I thought I'd do a video showing you my general gameplay loops that I do in game on the Legacy version on Xbox, because it surprises some people that I do a lot of the stuff that I do. So one of the main things I do is mining. Every month I'll mine about 3,000 tons of bromulite and other materials such as some osmium, some samarium, paradisium, things you can get wing missions for. Then what I'll do is I will stack up a lot of that stuff onto my carrier, and then I will take it off my carrier and I will stack up 20 wing missions. So over the course of a month I will try to get to a position where I can do 20 wing missions a month and then share them with people. Now, I've shared them with many different people over the years. I used to always boast about funding terrorism because I used to share so many wing missions with members of TOC. I share with newbies. Primarily I share with members of the Dark Marauders. However, it will quite often be the case that I will share with anyone I can find that's on, and quite often I'm sending people messages saying, do you want free money? So recently I took to my YouTube and I asked people, if they want free credits to add me, because quite often I'm in a situation where I'm looking for people to share missions with. Another big activity I do is power play, and this is a typical example of what I do in a week of power play. I was messing with Yuri Grom's expansion and I did 12,000 merits that week towards that. Anyway, back to mining, and this is a real good feeling. When you fill the cargo hold and your hopper, it's a beautiful feeling. It's one of the things I absolutely love. I really enjoy that feeling of like, I'm going to get back to my carrier, I'm going to dump my cargo in the hold, and then it's going to spawn another 10 units of bromulite for me, and then I'm going to dump that in my hold as well. And I do a lot of mining when it's quiet and not many people are on, and I'll watch TV and mine. And like I say, it all goes towards that quick 20 mission stacking, share money with members of the community, share money with people I know, share money with people I don't know. The other month we had a guy who was Russian, didn't speak a word of English, none of us spoke a word of Russian. There was a party of about 8 people trying to communicate with him how to accept wing missions, and eventually after about 40 minutes he got the idea, and once he got it we were able to get through the 20 wing missions pretty painlessly. But for those 40 minutes I really regretted putting an open call out to help anyone. But yeah, these things that happen, and it's always fun. I love sharing wing missions with newbies because it's this sort of 20 wing missions or so is somewhere always really between like 300 million to 500 million, sometimes more, but on the whole it will be 20 wing missions, and the ones that aren't for bromulite are for 50 million. The ones that are for bromulite are between 25 and 30 million. And it's a good way of stacking up a lot of credits really quickly. Obviously the bromulite missions I can complete quicker because I have the stuff on my carrier. The other stuff I load onto my carrier and I park right next to the station where I'm doing the missions, so it's all really quick. But as you can see, poor old Yuri Grom, I messed up his expansion. My 12,000 merits handed in a couple of hours before the tick left them in an awkward situation where they would have to have really done a lot to finally get their expansion. But that's power play for you, and I'm always happy to do a bit of undermining, to do a bit of expansion blocking, to do all sorts of things. And it is funny, I do all of these things, yet I'm judged by the majority of players for that 5% of the time, 5-10% of the time I'm on the game, where I'm spent doing a bit of piracy. And even then, most of my piracy encounters are no cargoes free to go in which nobody's harmed. But it's hilarious. The majority of Care Bear forum types judge me based on that alone and ignore everything else that I do in game week after week. Majority of my gameplay is PvE, but they focus on that tiny bit of PvP that I do, and that's what makes me a bad person in their eyes. And that's why I laugh at them, because I know what I do week to week, month to month, year to year in this game. And it always makes me smile when they get really angry about it, because what else are you going to do? But I'm always explaining to new players, I'm only a pirate and I'm only after cargo. And let's be fair.
Everything's better with pirates.